Hey, hi everyone, welcome back. In the last episode, we built this page on the player dashboard. This is essentially a player sign up page. So, as soon as the player logs in into their dashboard, they are presented. If they are not already signed up as a player, we do give them an option to sign up as a player, and they fill out the form, and that's it. But to me, it feels like this is a lot of repetition because we already have the first, last name, email address. The only thing that we require is the contact number and the positions. So let's try to link it up with the users table, and then we just need to implement the contact and the positions. So let's see how we can do it. So first things first, let's go into our migration players. So we are going to say that this is a not this, but table is a foreign ID for user class, and this is constrained. And then we'll go ahead and make the relations. Don't have, so we'll do click function player, return this has one player, and the player is a belongs to. This is a belongs to user class. Awesome. Let's go ahead and add this. All right, now we do want to also change the factories, so we no longer require this information. We just need the user ID, and this is going to be not this but user factory, and then create. Need the phone number and positions. Awesome. Next thing is we'll go into the player seeder. Now we essentially don't want to do this, because I think what we can do is, as soon as we create a user, we could create the player as well. So we'll just overwrite this with this. So we create the players. Well, actually we can just do these as a regular players, regular users. Let's go ahead and put it back the way it was. So these are going to be our regular users, and in here we are going to say factory create each. Well, let's go into Laravel. I forget how they do it, but let's go into database seeding. I think we are in the wrong. We need the factories. Do we need the factories? Yeah, factory relationships belongs to. There it is. That's what we want. So let's replace that. We don't want the post, we want the player, and we'll do, let's say 5. We don't necessarily want to override state, we can keep it, and that's about it. Let's go into our model. Let's see if we missed anything. I think we're good here, good there. Okay, so let's try and run php artisan migrate trash. Of course, fail to open the reference table. interesting. Oh, I think I know what I did. So in the database migration player, this is for an ID 4 and not for an ID, because foreign ID takes in string and foreign ID 4 takes a class. Let's just run this again. Okay, so everything worked out. We do have our players, we do have our regular users. Oh, looks like it did only one user. It's already 13. We might have made a small mistake in the seeder. What is the relationship between it? Has 1, so let's see if we could do it different. So we could do it the opposite way. I think that's better. We need 5 and then say create, then each function user, and then user, we want the player factory create, the user ID is user and then ID. I feel good. Let's see. There we go. There we go. So now we have different users here, and then what do we need to change? We need to change a lot of things on the filament side, but we'll take it one at a time. Essentially, I think we're gonna get kicked out. There we go. We need to, let's see, pick a player. We got pick 12. Okay, we're gonna get a lot of errors for sure. So first thing is the player sign up page, and we kind of expected that. Because now the email doesn't exist on this one. Okay, so well, as we said, the first thing, the reason why we did this was to get rid of this page. So we'll just keep removing this until it just works. And then this is for the player upcoming games. This is the same thing. And for now, we could just say return true. Okay, so we now do have this. There we go. Yeah, so we can get rid of this player page entirely. So player sign up page, we get rid of this. We go to resources, views, filament, player, pages, player sign up page. And for this, we'll have to change it using a user. So we'll say auth user, and we want the player where it is approved is true or 1. Unknown column is approved. Oh, So yeah, what I wanted to do was also add a boolean column to this table. In that sense, what will happen is the admins will approve the players. So we'll just go ahead and add that as well. Silly me. Okay, let's go here. Table boolean is approved. Default is false, and we'll need to update the player factory is approved. And actually we'll just keep it like that. We'll go to the app models player, we cast it is approved to boolean. Write one more time. Awesome. So we'll first pick a user who's well, let's just pick someone who's not approved. So number 13. Grab that. Come over here. Password is going to be password. There we go. So this user number 13 is not approved, so they do not see the other page. But let's just take number 12 who is approved and try to see what happens. There we go. This might break now. Yeah, that's fine. We kind of expected that. Okay, so how do we fix this one? So we'll go to player pages, upcoming games, and it looks like there is a yeah, essentially we want to replicate this logic here. This is visible only when the user is approved. That's correct. And we we'll probably have to take a look at this again, but I don't think we need it anymore, honestly. Okay, hold on. Don't we have games? Oh, did we not see them? Database seeders, database seeder. Yep. So let's just do this call. Want the game seeder. Oh, it's already there. Player seeder, announcement seeder, and then game seeder. Class. Awesome. One more time. Let's go to this. Again, yeah, it's the same logic. Let's go into player upcoming, and I think this is for the sign up. There we go. Here. Let's see if this works. Awesome. Do have register as a player. We will not probably do this, but let's see here. So these are games. Let's go to games. We have the user ID 28. Let's filter 12. Looks like the player is not registered for any games, so how about we try? There we go, it works. I do notice that timestamps are not updating, and we'll take a look at that in a moment. But now we do want to capture the player's contact number and positions, because when they register, let's just actually do that. So we sign out, we go here, and if you remember, we're trying to make it much more simpler and intuitive, because what we're trying to do is, as soon as they register, we want their entry made into the players table, and the only thing that we want the information is about the contact number and the positions, and is approved is going to be false by default, and the admins are going to approve it. So one way to do it would be to before, we could do something like, if the user is not approved, show them a button on the dashboard saying fill out missing information, and that's going to be asking them for contact number and positions, or we could add it here, but then it complicates a lot of things, so we'll just stick with that. In order to do that, what we want to do is override the player registration page, and if you see here, it extends a register class which is coming from filament. So if you go and see this page, you can see that it calls something called as a register function, and this function takes care of creating the user and registering the user. And what we want to check is are these call hooks. There's also an event which we could look into, but I think calling a hook is much easier. So you can see that it authenticates the user here and generates a session, which is everything after, but all these hooks are wrapped in a transaction. So I think this is where we would like to do it, and I believe that after registration is fine. So we'll just copy this, come back to the page and say public function and paste that in, and just to prove that it gets called, we have access to actually the data that gets filled out here. Well, technically we might want to do it after the event is fired using the events and listeners. The reason for that is because now we have in the players we should have a user ID, and this user ID is not generated until the user is created, and the only part to hook into after this is the event. Yeah, so I think we'll have to do it using the events. We can go back here, remove that, we don't know, we'll read it. Okay, so we'll do PHP Addison make listener, and we'll say user registered listener, and here I think we could just say this is the registered copy this. Okay, so it created the listener. Let's go into listeners, user registered listener. We can import that filament auth events registered, and we could just dump it. I think we have a space here. I don't know how that came in. I think this is going to be this over here. There we go. Now, let's say player, and there we have it. We have the user model, and now we can create the player. So all we have to do here is say event, let's say user equals event user I think we can do get user, and then we say user player create. Now remember, I don't think our contact number and positions, okay, the both are nullable, so which is good. I think this is going to work. And let's see, if you go to users now, we'll just remove all these filters. Okay, so we move that, we'll try to sign up again. So we have player, add the password, okay. Let's see, 122, and we have our 122. Awesome. Now remember, we do need a way for the player to update their contact number and the positions that they play for. So in order to do that, I feel like a simple button here of some sort should be fine, but it feels like the announcements are taking up a lot of space in the dashboard, so we can think about moving these announcements to a separate page, which makes sense because announcements are going to be more, and we don't want to clunk the dashboard here. So before we do that, actually we'll just go ahead and update the dashboard with the button to update their information. So we are going to check for header actions, and we'll say return, this returns an array of actions, and this is going to be an action, make maybe update details. This has a schema, and then it has an action which takes in the array of data that we filled in. If you want, we could do void return, and then we'll just dump the data, and this is going to be let's see, we need a text input, make contact number yes, contact number. Don't need the label, actually we need to say that it's a tel, and we'll make this required, and then we need a select input for positions. This is going to be multiple, and the options are going to be from player position enum class. All right, let's see. Click that. We do have contact number and the positions. Awesome. We'll just do 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 random, and we do submit it, and we have our information. All right, so all we have to do here is say auth user. Remember, at this point we already know that the user is in the players table. We just need to update their entry. So because we are already authenticated, we have the auth user, and then we can say player update data, and we could do a notification of type success, send it, and before we do a title, successfully saved your information. Oh, this is not player, this is player. And I think we should be good. Let's check. So remember, I am logged in as a player and the information is not here, so we'll just do this, and we'll say left back and center back and right back, probably submit, saved, and it gets updated. Awesome. And now, well, technically we may want to show some sort of message to this user saying you have not been approved as a player yet, or something like that on the dashboard. But before we do that, let's just move these announcements to its own page. Looks like right now it's a widget, and it's not going to be that difficult because we already have everything that we are looking for. So we'll say PHP artisan make filament dash page, and we are going to say player announcements. We are going to do it in the player panel. Would you like to create this page in a resource? No. Resources views is fine. And let's just steal some information from here. Okay, that's all we need, hopefully. Okay, we have announcements, and then let's just go back to the widget, go here, we need this, go back here, player page, put that in the content, and let's see if this works. Go here and we see our announcements. Awesome. We might want to get rid of this. Let's just do that. Delete this. And technically we don't need these two. Just do this and refresh. Awesome. We can fix it and make it in a grid. Nice. But for now, we just keep it as it is. Maybe we want to add a, let's just go here, icons, and say announcements. I know there's like a, it's like a megaphone or something. There we go. So we could come back to this page and say, is there a navigation icon equals hero icon, and it's megaphone, and we want to get rid of the player widgets, so we'll just delete that. We'll also delete the view. Delete that. Come back to resources, views, filament, widgets. Delete that, and go to the player. Okay, awesome. Everything looks good. Come back here, refresh. Okay, now we have announcements and we have our clean dashboard. Now on the dashboard, we might want to do like a widget which says you are not yet approved, or approved by the admin, or your application is still under review, something like that. So we'll just do a widget for that. Widget, oh sorry, I forgot the filament dash widget. This is going to be player approval status. This is going to be custom. Would like to create this in a panel? Yes. Player panel in a resource? No. And we're good. We have it here, and we say we just do a public property called public bool is approved, and on the mount method, let's just do parent okay, I don't think there's a mount, but we can do something like is approved. So that will be player, no, auth user player where is approved true exists, and possibly we could do something like false. There we go. And in here we could do something like at if is approved, well, not if approved. Oh, instead of that, we could simply do it on a can access panel or can view, and then we'll do the logic here. Isn't this better? I feel like it's better. So if we get rid of all this, just keep it here, and in here we don't have to check anything. We just say your player application is still under review, and let's see how that one turns out. I was hoping to see a widget. Interesting. Let's see even if it gets called. Oh, so it should be, doesn't exist. My bad. Awesome. Can we do something like style it a little? Maybe do class peachy red 100 text red 700. We do need to I think it's under CSS app.css, or is it no filament player? We do have a theme. Why did it not get compiled? Maybe npm run build. Oh, there we go. Wow, that's horrible. We'll just do this. There we go. I'll keep it as it is. You can style it the way you want. Oh, I see. So another thing that we want to do here is, now that we have the details up in, we want to fill this form with that data. So for that, we'll go to dashboard, and here it is. So it's a fill form, and we'll do contact number is auth user player contact number, and then positions is going to be positions. There we go. Now if the data exists, it's going to show up. If not, then it's going to say null. And we can actually check that, set value default, and then set value default, save it, refresh, come back. There we go. So we'll just do that and say left back, right wing, submit. See, look it up again. We're good. All right. This feels a little bit nice and clean. And then we need to also do a couple of things on the admin side, which are going to look into the next episode. Thank you so much for sticking up, guys. See you in the next video.